So in my last video we study Poisson's ratio. After that our next article is stress strain curve. When we take a wire, one end of the wire is fixed to rigid support. At another end, when we loaded it, what happens? The length of rod or length of wire increases. And when we plot a graph, here trace against strain. For x-axis we draw strain, for y-axis we plot a stress. After drawing this graph, we see the behavior of wire of increasing load. Here we draw this graph, trace against strain. Here OA, the first part of the graph is a straight line. This straight line graph shows that it is the elastic behavior. After removing the load, what happens? The wire regains its original shape and size. That means Hooke's law is obeyed there. Again, when we apply load to the same wire, then wire increases from A to B. The length of wire increases from A to B. Then again at point B, B is called as elastic limit, or it is also called as yield point. Yield point or elastic limit means when we taken out the load from the wire regains its original size and shape. So that is called as yield point. After yield point, again we applied a load to the wire again elongated from B to C. Here this point C, up to the point C, when wire elongated, then that OE is called as a permanent set. Therefore we say that at point C, when we taken out the load, the wire do not regain its original size and shape. That means there is a permanent change. The size and shape of the wire should completely change. So that is called as permanent set is occur. After that, when we again added a load to the wire again elongated, and at the point D, there is a fracture point. That means there is a neck formation in the wire. When there is a neck formation in the wire, that means after when we add another weight to the wire, after some time the wire breaks. So that is called as breaking point of wire. So that is the nature of trace strain curve of a wire under a perfect load. So after that we see, now our next article is definition of strain energy. So question may be asked there, define strain energy and prove that work done is equal to half load into extension. First we study what is meant by strain energy. So strain energy is defined as the elastic potential energy gained by a wire during the elongation by stretching a force is called as strain energy. Now we prove that work done is equal to half load into extension. For that we draw this diagram. In that diagram there is a rigid support. One end of the wire is fixed to rigid support. At another end load is applied. Here capital L is the length of wire. A is the area of cross section of wire. F is the force applied to free end of the wire. Small l is the elongation produced in the wire. We know that Young's modulus is defined as it is the ratio of tensile stress to tensile strain. Tensile stress is nothing but it is equal to applied force per unit area, and tensile strain is nothing but it is the change in length to the original length, that ratio. When we substitute this value, we get capital Y is equal to FL divided by A into small l. Rearranging term, we get force F is equal to capital Y AL divided by capital L. Call this as equation number 1. For any extension X, here equation number 1 becomes, we change value of L, instead of L we take here X term, so force become F equal to Y A, instead of L we have to write here X, so Y A X divided by L, so call this as equation number 2. Here work done for a small extension dx is given by, we know that work is the product of force and displacement. So dW is equal to F into dx. So we call this as equation number 3. Now substitute value of F in equation number 3. We get dW is equal to value of F equal to YAX upon L into dx. So call this as equation number 4. So this is work done for small extension dx. Now to find total work done in stretching wire from x equal to 0 to x equal to L. That means here is x equal to 0 to x equal to L. We can obtain this equation by integrating equation number 4. So we write total work done is given by W. W equal to integration of 0 to L into dW. dW is a small work done. Now substitute value of dW here, we get 0 to L YAX upon L into dx. Here YA upon L taking common out of integration sign, we get 0 to L x into dx. Now solve this integration, we get work done W equal to YA upon L in bracket integration of x dx is equal to x square by 2. Now this integration coming to 0 to L, 0 is the lower limit, L is the upper limit to this bracket. When we substitute value of x equal to L, we get equation YA upon capital L is equal to L square by 2 minus 0, lower limit is 0. So we got work done equal to YA L square divided by 2L. Now rearrange this term. We get 1 half YA L into L. That means L into L is equal to L square divided by 2L. But we know that from equation number 1, F is equal to YAL upon L. So substitute this value here. YAL upon L is equal to F. We get work done is equal to half F into L. Here F means what? We show that work done is equal to half. F is the load and small l is the extension. When question is asked, only show that work done is equal to half load into extension, our answer should be top here. After that, this work is converted into strain energy and we got strain energy, work done is equal to strain energy is equal to half load into extension. So strain energy per unit volume, strain energy per unit volume is equal to work done divided by volume. Substitute value of work done equal to half F into L and volume is equal to area into length. So we get half F upon A small l upon capital L. That means we get surface strain energy per unit volume is equal to half. Force per unit area is nothing but it is equal to trace. Change in length upon original length, it is equal to strain. So we got equation number 5. But we know that Young's modulus is equal to Y equal to stress upon strain. That means we get trace equal to y into strain. When we substitute this value in equation number 5, we got another relation, that is strain energy per unit volume is equal to half y into strain square. So call this as equation number 6. Similarly, if we substitute value of strain equal to stress upon y in equation number 5, then we got another equation, that is strain energy per unit volume is equal to half trace square divided by y. Call this as equation number 7. So we got three types of equation, 5, 6, 7. These are equations of strain energy per unit volume in different form. So these are about the strain energy.